There are 4 types of human personalities. That means, they are all different. To make everybody happy with you, you must know how to talk to each type of the personality. But first, you have to be able to know what are their personalities. We'll reveal it all. Stay tuned until the end of the video. Before we talk about how to recognize the personalities, let me tell you about one experiment that I conducted. I experimented with a group of college students. Around 40 of them. I made them do the d.o.p.e personality test. And after I got the result, I break them into 4 groups according to their type of birds or personality. But the students have no idea what's the meaning of the group. They don't even know that this is an experiment. They just thought that this is a game. The eagle group comprised of around 17% of people. The dove with around 35%, peacock with 38%, and owl with the least, with 10%. They were then given a deck of cards for a group, and an instruction to build a tower with the cards within 3 minutes. So, what do you think happened to each group? Bear in mind that we gather all people with the same personality in one group. What do you think happened in the dove group? Dove are friendly, likes teamwork, people's person, don't like to lead. The tower that they succeed to build was 3 level high. However, in this group, astonishingly, everybody, yes, I repeat everybody hold a card in their hand. They showed their teamwork. Everybody wants to help. However, because of the tight space, only 2 were building the tower. They built the tower while talking to each other, but not so loud. Let's go to the owl group now. What do you think they did? And how many levels did they achieve to build? Remember, owl is the smart ones. Likes to think, doesn't talk much, very structural, and likes to analyze. You might be thinking, they should build the highest tower. They actually didn't build the tower at all. Because the time given was only 3 minutes, all they did was thinking. Every single one of them. None of them started to build the tower. They might be thinking how to build the tallest tower, but when the time is up, they haven't even started. Now, let's go to the peacock group. Peacock are loud, cheerful and friendly. Their tower was 3 level high. The same as the doves. They were also talking, very loudly. Some were cheering, some were watching other groups, while commenting what they were doing. They were enjoying themselves as this is some kind of game. Lastly, the eagles. The leader, the no-nonsense people. They built the tallest tower, 7 levels. What makes it interesting is, only one person did it. And the rest? The rest, all of them, had their arms crossed. They were like bosses watching others do their work. But that doesn't mean that they cannot do it. If the person who did it didn't do it, another eagle would have done it. Any of them would have done it. But they would do it by their own. They are not a team player. So the experiment clearly showed what will happen in a group that only comprised of only the same type of person. That is why a good team must comprise of all type of personalities. Eagles could become the leader, to drive the team. Doves make a good follower or worker, owls could be the thinker, the problem solver. And, we also needs peacock to brighten our day. Of course. I am not saying any of these birds can or cannot work. They just work differently. And they have unique traits. The big question is now, how can we recognize a person's personality without them taking the test? We cannot be 100% sure. But there are certain traits that you can look for. For example, an eagle normally talks while looking at you straight in the eye. They are usually strict type. They are also very particular in their appearance. Their room, their car, are always neat and clean. The same goes to their clothes. And they like to wear body-fitting clothes, not loose one. Their hair is also normally neatly combed or tied. To communicate with this type of person, you need to look in their eyes and talk straight to the point. They really don't like people who beats around the bush. These peoples don't like long instruction. Just tell them what needs to be done, and they will get it done. Don't go to details with them. As for the doves, they are a little the opposite to the eagles. They prefer loose clothes. You normally see them walk in groups. They are very caring about other people, and they care about what others are doing. But because of that, they might also gossip a lot with other doves. Sometimes, you might notice that doves likes to tilt their head to the side while talking or taking pictures. So, if you want to talk to a dove, don't go straight to the point. Ask them about the weather, about their families, the coffee shop, or anything else. Make them comfortable before you go to a serious question. Next, the peacocks. You can easily recognize the peacocks as they like to smile, and always seem to be happy. Try to remember your classmate or your office mate when you first met them. Who did you think was the most friendliest looking? They might be a peacock. Peacock always seem friendly compared to others. Especially when you haven't know them well. All the loud people, and someone who likes to make jokes, loves attention, are most probably a peacock. One interesting fact about the peacock is, they could have many types of clothes, and many different colors. But they normally, half of their clothes is black color. With a peacock, you might want to praise them once in a while to capture their heart. One more thing, peacock are normally not very good in time management. You might see them coming late to the class, or to a meeting. And by the way, they normally don't like formal meeting, as it is too serious and too quiet for them. And lastly, the owls. Owls are a bit hard to recognize at first. They don't talk a lot. They are very detailed. They don't mind if you ask them to do something that needs to be done in detail. They like perfections. You might recognize an owl with one thing. When you talk to them, they don't like to look you back in the eye for a long time. Their eyes normally will look here and there during your conversation. So there you go, the 4 personalities of humans.